Hi, I'm Anna Martin and this is an upper body workout for intermediate folk who have got a set of dumbbells. That's all you need, one average size set of dumbbells. I'm going to take you through loads of stuff and help you understand what it takes to get those muscles feeling taut and toned and muscular. Make sure you're feeling fit and healthy, you've got plenty of space and you are clear to exercise by a medical professional. Now we're going to start warming up, so we need to come down, splay your fingers on the floor, try and get nice and square. I'm going to come into a cat-to cow, but this time we'll make a fist with one hand, bring it to the chest, and I want you to lift up and come through that movement, but taking one hand away. So we'll do this 5 times on this side. Just get that spine starting to get pumped, and you'll feel your abdominals, your core start to kick in a little bit, and just get a bit more aware that they even exist. Lovely. Once you've done your 5, change hands and bring it in. So the whole purpose of today is to really get everything going so that we know the kind of stuff that we can do with our home workouts to start getting better results. Now, it can be really tempting to combine lots of different movements when you're working out at home, but this is going to help you understand what to do for more effective results. Right, let's splay the hands, bring one up, we're going to thread the needle and come through and lift, moving through our body. So the rotation is from our body, not from our hand, trying to get back. So you're only gonna open up as much as you can by rotating through your torso. Let's do one more together. So really open up, great, and then change sides. So everything nice. We're gonna make sure we always do it on both sides of the body. So lift and open and bring through. Now today is the day straight after Easter weekend. I'm not that bothered about chocolate, but I am bothered about cheese and wine. And there's been plenty of both, so don't worry. I feel your pain about getting in the mood for a workout. Right, let's get face down on the floor. My mic might go a bit muffly, so apologies if it does. Squeeze your arse cheeks, fingertips to the back of your head, and now let's circle them. Just another fingertip up, just above the butt crack. So let's do that about 10 times. So we're trying to squeeze through our mid-back so that we're able to keep our hands hovering above the floor. It's like they're, just eat my own hair. It's like they're sliding around. And we're trying not to move the body. My face is a little bit up because otherwise I can't speak into the microphone. So let's do that again. Last couple. Really get in there and then release. Lovely. If you need to run through that again, please do, but I'm going to get right into it because we've only got a limited amount of time. We're going to work for a tri-set, which means 3 exercises back to back. These are going to be mostly non-competing parts of your body so that we're able to cram them together and make the most of the time we've got. We're doing a single arm bench row. This is a replica of your sofa or footstool or low garden wall or whatever it is you're using today. We're doing a single arm half kneeling shoulder press and a dead bug. Now, first and foremost, we're working for reps, which means that we might gradually, we might aim for about 15 of everything because we're trying to work out what we need load-wise to make this happen. So a lot of our sofas are a bit lower than we might want, which is fine, but we're just gonna put that back leg a little bit more out of the way, but it's still gonna be there as our prop. Otherwise you can bend it a bit more and tuck it under still, but to me that feels like a lot of effort, so I'd rather just ram it back. Okay, so you're either gonna use 1 dumbbell or dual hold for 2, depending on how heavy you need. We're gonna lift up, squeezing into the bit of the muscle that sits along your rib cage where your sports bra is. So that's what we're going to focus on here. We're keeping the chest kind of open because we want to be able to feel where we're trying to work, and we're trying to keep our pelvis relatively square, hugging the low abdominals in. We're going to get in here for several. I've got an itch on my nose, please carry on. Oh my God, my hair today, right up my nose. This is not what you need. I should have tied it up, I know. I'm having one of those kind of days. All right, I think you've probably got about 4 left, and we're keeping the reps quite slow because chances are This might not be our perfect weight. So we're adapting what we've got to make things happen. Okay, now switch over sides. So I'm hopping over this side of the bench. Hopefully I'm still in the frame. We're gonna squeeze up into that part of our body, dropping our foot out the way until we're nice and square. So I would turn around, but I fear I would be crevice to camera. So my apologies if I'm not quite on. And we're going for 15 reps on this side as well. Please carry on, I'm coming to help. So as you draw the dumbbell in, I want you to think about this part here. So you're gonna squeeze it in and release. So I think you've got about 6 more. Keep that control, keep everything dead square. And again, 3, squeeze. So your dumbbell's gonna arc up lower than I just did. I'll start flexing it myself. Bring it up and relax. Now coming to your mat with your dumbbells, I want you to pick any knee and kneel on it. Make sure it's padded if you need it to be. We're gonna use 1 or 2 dumbbells. I'm gonna bring them here and squeeze them up and lower them back down. This is a single arm, half kneeling shoulder press. And you're gonna go for around 8 to 15 reps, depending on how heavy you've gone. Now, if your dumbbell is a little lighter than you need, but you can't hold 2 because you've got normal size hands, you're gonna lift up and slowly lower. So nice slow on the way down to help make this a little more difficult. I've got about 6 more. So I want you to really think about whichever amount of weight you're lifting to keep some control on it, to keep everything square. We don't want to have to bend the body like a banana to get it up. Keep the control. Awesome, when you're done, change over your legs, so don't rush it. Don't forget we're gonna have a rest that you can catch up then. We're gonna lift and lower. Oh yeah, it feels good in the hood. All that control on the way down. And yes, single arm work does take longer, but for the most part, it can be really helpful, especially when we're training at home, because we might need to do things like double hold the weights that we've got and make it more difficult by only using that one hand with the same load. All that control, keep going. Now, as we're pressing for these last 5 reps, you've got a little gap here underneath your shoulder and your ear. So we don't want to shrug it up like an angry person. We're going to lift and squeeze and then slowly bring it down. Excellent. Coming into your dead bug. Now don't forget, this is an intermediate workout, so I'm assuming that you can do one of these. We're going to grab one of our dumbbells if we want to. Hold it kind of close. Bring our knees above. Now extending one leg and then the other, or both legs at the same time. Now don't forget, you're drawing down with your lower abdominals, pushing in towards the floor, not too much, but enough that you feel that you've got control. And we're gonna try for somewhere between about 10 and 20 of these, depending. If you've gone for 2 legs, you might be straight out at about 8 to 10, depending on how long you've been doing them for. So just choose your rep range, depending on how much effort you're putting into it. Now don't forget, I have got scoliosis, so I've got a naturally larger lumbar curve on this side, so it does lift up from the mat. That's just what it looks like anyway. It's not actually changing shape, it's just its general demeanor. Now if you do need to do it without the dumbbell, you can. Whatever you're doing, you're gonna do it for 4 more reps. Really try hard to keep it going. When you finish, we're gonna rest for about 30 seconds before we go back in. And the reason that we're not resting for very long is because we're trying to work different parts of our body and target different parts of our body. So our back has had somewhat of a rest since we've moved from one to the other, and shoulders and vice versa. So have a little moment here, chill and catch your breath. We are gonna join back in together for our second set of this in 20 seconds. So grab a drink and sort of move yourself back to where things are gonna happen. I'm gonna do some variations this time, but you stick with what you know, unless you really wanna mix things up. So it's a single arm bent over row. Maybe I don't have anything to work on and I can use a bit of wall. Let's go. In for our 15 reps. So I could hinge over and I could use my window ledge or similar as a bit of support so that I can really maintain that line. I'm going for 10 more and I'm trying to sweep my dumbbells towards my hip crease a little. So it squeezes backwards, moving from under my shoulder more or less towards my hip crease. Right, 5 more probably. If you've got a few extra, you carry on, you get those reps in. 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant, you're gonna shuffle over your bench or change hands in this row position and come on in. Nice long stretch. As we bring it out here, lift and squeeze. Squeeze in. Keep going, I'm gonna stop because I don't like doing it unsupported in that way because my back bulges. But you're gonna carry on wherever you are rowing from roughly under your shoulder towards your hip crease. Really, really squeeze it in there. And so the motion will look a little bit like that. Stretched all the way out, drawing it in towards that hip. I reckon you've probably got about 5 reps left. And then you're gonna come on in here for your half kneeling magician movement. I don't know why it's a magician movement. Choosing your dumbbell setup, we've got this shoulder movement. So opposite knee to arm forward, and then we're gonna lift up and slowly lower. Keeping all that core really tight. So it is really tempting to sit into that hip. I'm gonna try and stay nice and balanced and work on not just our shoulder, triceps, etc., but also this core. Keeping it really slow. Right, I've got 7 more. And I'm gonna really work in there. Now I prefer neutral grip on this one, but you can do it here. If you prefer, it's easy. Just swap the grip, the position of your shoulder if you want to. Yeah, brace that core and control that descent. We've got it. I've got 1 more rep left. I don't know what you've got. Lift and squeeze and lower. Boom. Okay, onto the other side. Doing exactly the same right here. I need to get in there. Think good things. Think about that body position. Maybe look at yourself in the patio door. Whatever keeps you on target and feeling like a machine. Boom. I can't lie to you, I've lost count, so I'm gonna do 6 more because I think I'm roughly there. Keep going. 5 more. Really focus on keeping that space between the shoulder and your ear. It doesn't have to be loads, but it's just not going to be like, oh, like your neck's all like squished in your shoulder like that. You know, control it as you bring it down. Right, probably 2 more reps for you, and then we're coming into our core exercise on our back. So flip on over. Flip on over, bring it on in, grab the dumbbell and choose your level of dead bug. Now, as with most core stuff, the aim of the game is to challenge the core and probably keep most of these movements relatively slow for now. So you're lifting and reaching away from you to put tension through your core. And I'm gonna just let you know, obviously, as you're extended, we're trying not to extend any further, which is what we're training here. We don't wanna overextend coming into this. So we're actually really bracing to stop our body from changing shape, which is the key here, fighting that feeling that we wanna extend even further. Right, finish up those reps We're gonna take a really short break again. We're only gonna go for 30 seconds and we're coming into our final 3 exercises. We are doing press-ups, for definite, something that I've forgotten. We're doing press-ups and, yes, a reverse fly and a dirty plank that you're gonna probably hate. So the reason for this is because we can't really do a vertical pull very easily with just a dumbbell. In fact, we can't really do it because you'd have to glue me to the ceiling in some boots and then I'd have to hang upside down and pull against gravity. So it's probably not that possible. So for this, for the sake of today, we're going to use a reverse fly for our second back exercise. So it'll work our shoulders as well as some of our mid-back. So that's what we're going to get into. Right, set yourself up. We need our dumbbells close and we need our press up, mind on. So flick on over. Choose your level of press up. Your hands are in line with your chest, your face is in front of your fingertips, and I want you to come down and up. We're gonna try to aim for around 10 reps and squeeze in. Obviously, you can drop your knees if you want to. This is my 5th. I'm gonna show you one more alternative. You can put your hands on your coffee, not your coffee table, what's it called? Foot pad thing, you know what I mean? Oh God, I can't think what it's called, I've got one. Anyway, your foot thing, footstool. Crikey. Put your hands on your footstool, that way you almost get into full body. You've probably got 2 more and maybe 1 more left. Fantastic. Right, reverse fly. As you know, I've got scoliosis, your back will look flatter than mine. I'll try and come on the good side so you can see it a bit better. We're gonna hinge over, we're gonna reach away with our dumbbells like we're trying to paint the walls with our knuckles. So we're lifting away and down. We're trying to bend over, but not so much that we're dangling. So it wants to be where we can keep our back flat. Mine is flat. I know it doesn't look like it. So we're reaching the crown of our head towards the wall and sweeping up. Keep going. I'm going to do some more, depends on the weight of your dumbbells, maybe 5 reps, maybe not. What we're not doing is swinging it up like a bird of prey coming into land. Want to keep nice and controlled, reach away, keep that spine nice and long. Fantastic. If a plank is the hardest thing that you can manage, I want you to do that now. Otherwise, we're going to pop our feet up on our footstool. I remember the name. We're going to take one leg away. Shoulders are still stacked over the wrists. We're going to hold here for 10 seconds. We have got to change legs, don't get giddy. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely, and change legs. Hold it for 5, keep breathing, lengthen the head away. And 3, 2, 1, good. Well done, well done. We have, of course, got 1 more round. Because we're low bearing on the wrists, we're gonna set up for the next part of our press ups. We're just gonna give ourselves that tiny bit more rest as we move in to our very last 3 exercises of this workout. I know 20 minutes has gone really fast. I think at the beginning I said it was 15 minutes, but it's not quite. It's 20. I really fibbed. Okay, coming on in. We're giving you 15 extra seconds to relax and enjoy the vibe. If you want to rest for longer, which can be really beneficial, by the way, if you're not time constricted, then please do so. But our timekeeping on this is potentially fairly helpful for us because I know you guys are in a rush. Right, here we go. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Choose your level of press up. And get right in there. Please carry on. That was 3 for me. So I had 7 left. My hands are in line with my chest. My face is in front of my hands. So don't mug yourself off by making it easy. I'll keep these hands here and my elbows are at 45 degrees from my body and 45 degrees from my shoulder line. Okay, I think you're nearly finished. Maybe 1 more rep. Jump up, grab your dumbbells and let's try to finish strong. Before we come into our plank, lengthen the head away from the bottom, but by driving your knuckles away from the wall and your crown of your head to the top towards the wall, not your face. Okay, keep your chin down. reach those hands away and lower. Now something you can do that I can't really demo very well here is to shove your head on the back of your sofa so that you can do the same position but with your forehead resting on your sofa, which means that's going to take out half the effort that you're having to make to control your body from swinging around. Right, if you haven't done 15 reps, maybe your weights are too heavy, whatever, that's absolutely fine. But if you carry on until you have done them, and then 10-second plank on each side. If you're done, hands down, let's hold. We're doing 10 seconds, maybe you're a machine, maybe you can do a little longer. You're gonna. So you're gonna hold and breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Switch if you're done at 10 seconds. Yes. Oh, my shoulders are on fire. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Give yourself a massive clap. Recover a little bit if you want to do a bit more mobility to help cool you down and chill. Absolutely fine, but I did promise this would be 15 minutes and it has been 20. So I'm going to jog on and let you catch up with the rest of your day. But do join me back here for more dumbbell workouts. So I hope you learn how you can use your dumbbells at home more effectively than constantly doing things like man-maker burpees and all that jazz that you see on lots of circuit videos. So do come back and let's catch up again soon. Well done.